The weather off the coast had stopped making sense weeks before anyone named it. Mornings shimmered as if promising rain without warming the air. Gulls hung above the breakers like hesitant punctuation. I first noticed small betrayals. A lamppost that seemed to count minutes backward. A kettle that sighed for an hour after boiling. There was a wrongness to the hush, a thickness, as if sound itself had learned to keep secrets. At first, the signs were polite, almost apologetic. A neighbor would forget a name and remember only a shape. Street lights leaned toward a house and then recovered their straightness when no witness remained. I began keeping a catalog with the impatient care of someone easing into a dream that might become a nightmare. Puddles that refused reflections. A dog that recoiled from the horizon. The air tasted of metal and memory, an aftertaste that left a fine residue on the tongue. The alienness arrived like a rumor, not a clawed creature but an insistence. Objects arranging themselves into sentences, a pattern of displacement. Postcards from places I'd never visited appeared under my door with coordinates that matched nothing on any trusted map. The radio hummed beneath speech, with intervals that aligned perfectly with my pulse. Somewhere a clock unspooled its hands to reveal synchronized scratches beneath the glass. Fingernails arguing at the edge of perception. I stopped sleeping. When sleep came, my dreams translated into three-note phrases that echoed in the street at noon. Paranoia is domestic and slow. It grows out of laundry, the cupboard, the hands in your pockets. I tested reality like a child testing ice. Tap, step, wait. Each test answered differently. People I knew offered one memory on their lips and another in their eyes. Mirrors remembered faces that had never stood before them. I scrawled names in the margins of books to prove continuity and woke to find the ink braided into seasick shapes. It felt as though my skull had become a room with a door I could no longer bolt. When the presence revealed itself, it was not a silhouette but a grammar. A low geometry in the sky folding light into script, curves that read like accusation. One clear night, the stars paused and rearranged into a lattice that circled the town like a net. Each node a patient aperture. Something vocalized through that lattice, not in sound but in recognition, knowing the names I'd swallowed and those I hadn't yet spoken. The world tilted. I felt it in my teeth. I tried to answer, first with clumsy questions on paper, then with silence. It learned faster. On the last morning I kept, fog pooled in the kitchen sink, and the kettle boiled itself to frost. Neighbors left, doors left ajar like invitations. A soft, precise pressure settled behind my left ear. I heard the moment it closed a sentence I had been writing without words. I understood then. This chapter ended in a gesture that meant both dismissal and claim, and whatever remained would wait, patient beyond any human invention.